Welcome to Wonderland. It's Eri here, and today I have sort of a discussion video, sort of. There's two things where I'm going to discuss today. One, I'm going to discuss the first several chapters I've read for The Hate You Give. I'm going to discuss some of the things me and Autumn talked about The Hate You Give and the story yesterday, because we are book buddies. We're buddy reading this together, and even though she's slightly ahead of me, which is okay, I'm catching up. I really want to reach chapter 20 this week, despite the fact that we settled on 8 chapters a week, only because I'm really anxious to see what happens next in this story, because the story is so good. I am loving this book, and you have no idea the kind of reading experience I'm having reading this book. So I kind of want to reach chapter 20 despite the chapter goal that we set. So if she reaches it before me, it's okay. But that means we have more to discuss when I reach it. I apologize for how I sound, because I don't know if it's the pollen or the change in the weather or both, but my nose is stuffed up. And yeah. So and I'm dressed like I don't care again. And I'm trying to protect my hair because black girl hair problems, man. The scalp, man. It's just, and it's better I wear my hair like this anyway. So if I look weird, I look weird. If I don't look weird, then yay. At least somebody thinks of me today. Thinks I look attractive today, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know. But, first, a couple of happy announcements. Happy book birthday to The Upside of Unrequited. If you go on my Instagram or even on my Twitter, you will see that I have tweeted and posted and retweeted about this book, because I have reviewed it, I have read it, I love it, I adore it. It's such an amazing book. You all know she's the author of Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda, which is my favorite book of all time. Favorite book. But if I have to say favorite book of 2017, I was about to say 16, 2017, it's between, so far, The Hate You Give and The Upside of Unrequited. Just saying. It came out today, so go pick it up, go read it. I love it. And when you do read it, talk to me about it, because I need someone to discuss it with. You know how hard it was to find people to discuss Simon with? Yeah, so go read it. Simon is also becoming a movie, and I just got a release month date, not a full official date, but it is coming. The movie's coming out March 2018. So I'm very happy and excited about it. So read this, and then of course go pick up The Upside of Unrequited, or just go look at my posts on Twitter and Instagram. Don't matter. So that is the only big announcement I have as far as books and stuff, and I feel a sneeze coming on, but I'm holding it in. Okay, so The Hate You Give. I'm going to hold up the signed copy because it still has the cover on it. My other copy is getting all it's getting all dingy and stuff, and of course I took the cover off. But this is the signed copy, the copy that I rarely touch because I want to keep it beautiful. I'm trying to keep it beautiful. I'm looking at the back now, and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have left it on my desk. Oh, it's gone now. Okay. But, yeah, not showing the back. Slightly dusty. Gotta clean that properly. But, The Hate You Give. So, me and Autumn discussed the first few chapters. Of course, she read ahead of me, but it's okay. I'm catching up, and I still want to reach chapter 20. Some of the things that we discussed are the character Star, the character of her dad, Big Maeve. I don't know how to say it right. I just know how to say his full name, which is Maverick. So I guess Big Maeve. I struggle with names so hard. Her brother Seven, her mom, and then the character of Khalil, who, spoiler alert, but not a huge spoiler alert, he gets shot by a white cop, and he was unarmed, and sadly Star witnesses him getting shot. And we're at the point in the book where she's like dealing with it in a very strange way, like a normal way, because when you see someone get shot, that's very traumatic, that is very bad. And I just have to say that when I got to that part, I didn't expect it. Like, I expected it to happen. It's in the synopsis of the book, but where it happened in the book, I didn't expect it to happen in that part of the book. And for me, I'm the kind of imaginative reader who places myself in the story. I am the main character in a way. So I felt something when he got shot. I felt something. The topic of Black Lives Matter is such a huge important topic, especially now today. Even though Black people been getting shot forever, Black Lives Matter didn't become the huge thing until around 2012. And this story, I swear to God, it is so powerful in its own way. It actually is a huge reflection into the urban community. Now, I can't say much about it because I was raised kind of cultured. I'll admit, my parents took me to ballets and plays and, raised me to be proper and civil and basically be white, basically, just to protect myself. I grew up, of course, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I had a good education, not saying anything about that, but I mean, like, I was raised cultured, and a lot of Black kids don't have that privilege to be raised cultured. So they do grow up in the ghetto, they grow up in the hood, and if they're struggling or if their families are struggling, a lot of Black kids do end up in gangs, or they end up selling drugs or end up doing bad things and going to prison, which is really, really bad and really sad. I can understand the ghetto community though, because where my mom and dad grew up was considered the ghetto when they were growing up. And my grandma, my dad's mom, she still lives in the same house. So the neighborhood is still considered a ghetto neighborhood in a way, especially if you drive through it. So the neighborhood, Star's neighborhood in the book is really relatable to my grandma's house, basically. And the house she lives in, I don't want to give too many spoilers so far in the book, but the house she lives in belonged to her grandmother. So I kind of relate to it. I also related to Star because she has a switch. She grows up in a ghetto neighborhood, but she goes to a predominantly white school. And she has a switch, a way she acts in her neighborhood and the way she acts at school. I relate to that because I have that same switch. Around my fellow African American students, I am surrounded by rap music and slang and a particular style of dress. Even though I don't agree with it sometimes, it's what I'm around. And then when I'm around people with a higher culture, not even just white people, just Black kids who was raised how I was raised, there is a switch. You act proper. You like a different type of music that other kids our skin color probably doesn't even listen to or heard of. And the way you talk, the way you act is a huge switch. And I applaud Angie's writing because it is an actual reflection. It is breaking down stereotypes and walls, and it's discussing some controversial things that people are afraid to talk about. And a big one is Black Lives Matter. Now, every time someone says Black Lives Matter, people be like, all lives matter. And sure, all lives matter, but Black Lives Matter is a huge reflection of the whole, what I like to call minorities matter, because Black people, Mexicans, Asians, everyone, they get stereotyped. Black people especially are judged based on the color of their skin. And coming as far as our ancestors have come from slavery to now, it is such a huge, important thing. Ignore my phone. Ignore my phone. I'm just saying that. Ignore my phone real quick. But in case you hear it, ignore my phone. But coming from the fact that we have grown from slavery and segregation and discrimination and racism, and even though it's still happening now, it's happening less than how it used to happen. So, of course, Black History Month is important, but Black History Month shouldn't just be in February. It should be every month, because somewhere, somebody, some African American is making a difference in their community, in the world. And I think Angie Thomas has really made a difference with this book. It is actually opening people up. She has done so many interviews from what I've seen on Twitter. Again, ignore my phone. From what I've seen on Twitter and what I've seen on Instagram, she has been doing so many interviews. She is basically becoming a celebrity because of this book over a controversial topic, and now it's becoming a popular topic. And the way she wrote this story is just amazing, and I look forward to finishing it, and I actually really, really love it. And I will admit this, I am currently working on my own contemporary novel, and my main character is Black. I based my main character, I'm going to just say this right now, I based my main character on me. a reflection of me, because I write what I know, and I know myself, so I could write my character. Some things about her I change or whatever, but I will say that Angie has influenced my story, and I didn't realize it until yesterday. Now, I kind of did know it based on what I'm writing so far, but she really influenced my story, and it actually gave me a new perspective of a chapter I'm trying to write. And I'm not stealing anything. And if I did steal something, I'm giving credit, because she inspired me for a whole new perspective. And she inspired me to actually want to explore my culture more than I usually do. Now, I will say there are some things that I cannot do. I will admit this, and it's embarrassing. I cannot nay. I don't know how to. Cannot whip. I don't know how to. Can't hit the quan. I don't know how to. All these other stuff, don't know how to. Can't do. Certain styles I don't wear just because of me, just my preference. But music, I'm exploring rap a little bit more. I'm not a huge rap fan. I mean, I used to listen to Drake, listen to Kendrick Lamar, Childish Gambino, Chance the Rapper, Tupac. Those are my, Notorious B.I.G., those are my rappers. I'm exploring rap a little bit more. And I'm exploring the culture a little bit more. It's already a sensitive topic for me, because I feel like I have an old soul. So when I see things happening today, I be feeling like my grandma a little bit. I'd be like, they marched for this and they don't even, wow, okay. Like, they marched for our right to vote and people still don't vote. Okay, I do that sometimes. And Black History Month is my month, because despite what my parents may think, I actually do take it seriously. I take my culture seriously, and I want us to rise above things. And I really wish that racism didn't exist or doesn't exist, but it still does. So we have the power to change it. And I will say that this is the most amazing book I'm reading right now. I want everyone to read this book. That's why I'm saying Upside of Unrequited and The Hate U Give are like the top two right now for favorite books of 2017. But I will say Angie Thomas is right below Becky Albertalli as far as reading and books. Like, if she comes out with another book, I'm buying it. If she is working on anything, like a TV show or anything, I will go see it. I will watch it. There is going to be a movie for The Hate U Give with Amanda Steinberg playing Star. She was Ruth in The Hunger Games. She is playing, she's in Everything. I'm sorry, my nose. And she is doing so many YA adaptations right now. It's ridiculous. But I look forward to seeing the movie. Oh, God. I don't want to sneeze. I'm not sneezing. But I basically just wanted to do this discussion video to put this out there, how amazing this book is, and how I want more people to read it. Join me in reading it. And even if you read it after I'm finished with it, keep reading it. Don't stop. Don't not read it because I'm finished reading it. You have to pick it up because it is an amazing book, and I am loving it to death right now. Now, I will say this. I have not read that many urban books in my youth like most kids. I read The Skin I'm In. I've read a couple of other urban books. I'm not a big fan, but this will be considered not only YA but also an urban book, because it is a reflection of the urban lifestyle, the ghetto lifestyle, the Black community. It is a good reflection of it, or to what I have seen and experienced. It is a reflection of what happens today, and I love it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments about this book, any comments at all, hopefully positive, you could comment down below. If you like this video, thumbs up. If you did not like this video, thumbs down. Be sure to follow me on social media. Follow Angie on social media. And please pick up a copy of this book. It is so good so far. I will discuss this book further the further I get along into it. So expect more discussion videos. But remember to keep calm and keep reading.